So today, July 15th, 2018, Mr. Fayemi of APC won the Ekiti governorship election by about 2,000 votes, I believe. 20,000? Yeah, by about 20,000. My bad. I think by about 20,000 votes. And I was going through my Facebook, and as usual, a lot of Nigerians that align with with the winning party, are congratulating the winner. Those that are not, they are calling it as an unfortunate situation, a sellout, and so on and so forth. So just all kinds of misreactions. But there was a lot of it. Most of my news feed was about the election. So for me, I see this differently. I don't see the whole winning or losing as every one of the posts I've seen on my Facebook news feed. For me, literally, what I see people doing is celebrating an institution that steals and murders, that steals and kills. So I am seeing people celebrating an institution that steals and kills. I mean, just think of it for a moment. What might be going on in my mind? It is sheer sadness for me to see this happening and and I think the ignorance, no insult intended, the ignorance of the people doing this and I'm sorry to be strong on this. I have always been, if you've been listening to my voice recordings, to my podcasts, I've been strong on the issue of government. And rightly so, I think. Because killing, stealing, and rape are not something that needs to be taken slowly. I do not think so, at least. And I think most people will agree with me. So, if I'm coming strong to you, and you're on the other side, I beg you, let it not be a turn off. I want you to understand where I'm coming from. I think people are ignorant of the fact that government is an institution of theft and murder. I think if people know this, at least people will make an informed decision. And maybe all this celebration will reduce. People will start to reflect and take corrective actions next time. I'm just imagine you seeing someone celebrating an institution. In Nigeria, we have had really violent criminal organizations like Boko Haram, like Maitatsine, cultist, armed robbers outside of Nigeria. I think MS-13, all these drug cartels, which I think they are the byproducts of government. But for a second, forget how these organizations originate. Just imagine if someone is praising the leadership of any of these criminal organizations. I mean, I will be appalled by their decision to do so. So just in case you are listening and you're on the other side, because you don't know, because you literally do not know, this is not information that is mainstream. And I think there's a strong freedom movement that I think in the next 10, 20, in the future, this will increasingly becoming a mainstream discussion. The violent nature of government. So I totally do not blame you if you don't know. Government is an institution that survives based on theft and murder. Well, how does it do that? You can listen to my podcast, to my previous podcasts. But just to summarize, and I really urge you to think about this, go and do your own research and come to your own conclusion. The way government operates is the majority in a democracy. Let me take democracy for example. Democracy works where the majority decides how the country will be run. It doesn't matter what they think, what policies they think the country should run, whether that policy is good or bad, is morally good or bad, it doesn't matter. They could say, oh, you know what, we banned a whole religion, or we can collect your property in form of taxes. That's what it is. Does anyone have a right to take your stuff, no matter how many they are? Can I do that to you right now? Can I gang up with my friends and say, hey, we have decided that we need to collect your stuff? No. But that's what democracy is. So the majority make these rules, and if you don't obey them, you go to jail or you die. Basically, you die. If you try to protect your property when the government comes to get it, or you break a rule when the government comes to arrest you, you try to protect yourself, they will shoot you. Now, in other forms of government like dictatorship, where only few dictates what they want, still, it's the same philosophy. Do as I say, or you go to jail, or you die. That's how government operates. And if you don't think that's how government operates, I'm open. Shoot me an email. Right? Find my email in one of those podcasts or this one, if I remember to do that. Tell me how what I just said is incorrect, and then we can talk. But that's what it is. Government survives based on violence. And so it's one of those today. It's one of those sad days that I think I will continue to see. It's not gonna stop. People are suddenly not gonna realize not to do bad stuff. I mean, slavery was legalized. Slavery was good in the U.S. for many, many years. So it takes time for people to change. It really does. So what should you do? Should you ever not be involved in government? Absolutely no. You can be involved to help stop the killing and the stealing. So you can go into government to reduce the powers of government. Any power you take off from government, that is one violence less. That's one threat of violence. That is one stealing that you reduce. So absolutely, go be in politics to help take away the powers of government to zero, where no one has authority over anyone. That's what I think. That's my opinion. If you have any other opinion, let me know. It's like if we see someone being in the middle of being killed or raped or something like that, you get there, and if you can, with your safety, of course, in the equation, try to do what you can to stop it. Now, you could not do anything. That's your choice. That is freedom. But I think that is cowardice. That does not help you or the society. Because if you don't help reduce the powers of government, there's still going to be government trying to kill you or make you their slaves. That's my opinion. If you have any on how to really get involved in these really difficult situations, let me know. We can debate it. We can talk, and I'm open to ideas. I really appreciate you listening. Thank you. Hi, I'm back. I realized that there was something that I was missing in my reasoning for the podcast that you just might have listened to. And that is people celebrating the election of Governor-elect Mr. Fayemi are doing so not because the opposed government, they celebrate a candidate who opposed government in its entirety. That's not the reason these people are celebrating him. They are celebrating him for all other reasons except that Mr. Fayemi is not against government. They are celebrating him for whatever reason. I don't know why. Most of the post in my newsfeed isn't specific other than just the usual congratulatory message to people that you don't even know. It's okay to be happy for someone, but it's just our culture's obsession with ruling. Someone must rule over you, and so when they do, you congratulate them, and it's power. So people tend to respect power and money. So all of these, okay, I'm really debating. I should not try to explore reasons why people would be celebrating and congratulating the governor-elect, but rather to say that they are celebrating and congratulating him not because he opposed government, not at all. In fact, in his 8-point agenda on his website, he has modernizing agriculture, industrializing Ekiti, free and compulsory education, everything that you'd expect someone who doesn't know the evil of government to do. I really think that Mr. Fayemi included, I think I would say almost all Nigerians do not know that government is evil. I really, really believe that. So also, everybody really, most people on earth don't know that government is evil, just like in those golden days when people thought that the earth was round, that the earth was flat. People believed that for centuries until that was proven wrong. So I think that's what it is. I think it's I think freedom will be the next phase of human enlightenment. So people don't know. I really don't think you are evil. You want to kill and steal from people. I really don't think so. I think a majority of people are good, peace-loving people. If you support government, I do think you do not know. Because if you are violent, criminal, you will most likely not find this podcast any useful. I don't know why you would listen to it. You would have no attraction to it. I don't know what criminals, people who use violence to achieve their goals, what they're attracted to or not. But I don't think you would be attracted to a philosophy show. And check your life. You see that most of the things you do is through peaceful means. So if you need water or you need food, you don't go and put a gun to somebody's head and get your food that way. I don't think you do that. Threaten to kill them if they don't do what you say, or you send them to your jail, capture them and put them in your room and to make them learn their lesson for not doing what you say, aka modern prisons and jails. So I don't think you do that. And if you do, you should really, I would stop if I were you. If the love of your life, whether it's your mom, your wife, your girlfriend, or your boyfriend, if you are basically threatening them with violence or they love you, that's not good, man. That is not good. So it's most likely that you don't do that. That you tell your wife or your husband to love you, or else you kill them, or put them in your room and lock them. I don't think you do that. So as you can see, we are on the same page. Literally, what I am advocating for less violence, that's how you are probably running your life, at least most of your life. So freedom is not something that is alien or something that is just random. No, it's what people mostly do in their normal lives. Check your normal lives. You don't use violence to achieve your goals. Anyway, I've kind of derailed, not really derailed, I've focused a long speech on this. So I do not think people are evil, trying to to enter government, to kill and steal. So these people are celebrating because they don't know. And that is why I'm doing this. And I hope you also take from here, and if it's something you want to do, continue to separate the message of peace. The world will be a lot more peaceful if we stop using violence means to achieve our goals. That is for sure. That is for sure. Anyways, I appreciate you being patient with me and listening till the end. Thank you. Bye-bye.